Hey everybody, Jake here. Today we're going to be addressing the why. Why invest? Now you've probably heard from your parents, your grandparents that you need to invest, but maybe you don't fully understand why. Maybe you do it through work. The truth is though that investing is far more important to your long-term financial health than you realize. It's hard for many of us to think of the long term, but to live a sustainable life, you need to be mindful of your savings and growing them efficiently. Now most of us are familiar with this term, but some may not fully understand what it means. There's something called inflation. Some may call it the cost of living. What this means is that over time, things get more expensive. So that $1 that you have in your pocket today, your income and your savings will not be worth what you think it will be in the future. Now let's look at what the average annual inflation rate has been since 1990, what that means in actual dollars. Now, since 1990, the average annual inflation rate has been 2.36%. Yes, this number fluctuates each year, but this average means that something that cost you about $5,000 in 1990 would cost about double that today. It's simple. Your $1 today won't hold the same value 30 years from now. So how would something like inflation affect your income? Now, let's say you were making about $4,000 per month. While this may seem like enough today to cover your lifestyle, in 30 years, that stream of income would be worth about half of that value. So instead of making about $4,000 per month, imagine it being roughly $2,000 a month today. Would that make it a little bit more difficult to cover your expenses? I'm sure. The same could be said for your investment assets. Now, if you have proudly saved $1 million over a 30-year period, that $1 million will have the buying power of roughly half of that. Look, my point is this. Inflation is one of the greatest threats to a person's retirement. Just one of many reasons that this country is currently in a retirement savings crisis. So what do? Stash it under your mattress, put it in a savings account. It's going to get you 0.001% interest per year. You can't, because as we've seen over the last 30 years, the average annual inflation rate has been north of 2% per year. So just to maintain your money's value, you have to grow your money by the same amount per year. Now, is that possible without investing? Fortunately, in today's world, no. Even the most conservative investments can't guarantee you much more than 1 to 2% per year, if that. So you have to grow your money and invest it for the benefit of your long-term savings. Ultimately, we don't know what inflation is going to do over the next 30 years, but here's my disclaimer before you go out investing in everything you can. Educate yourself and do your research on what's available to you. If you're working with a professional, have that conversation. Just know the risks of the investment, your time horizon for that money. So when will you use it? And ultimately, how it'll fit into your overall plan. I'm confident if you are mindful of all these things, this could be a huge step towards building upon your own personal wealth. So until next time, be safe, be well, and I'll see you later, guys.